Mock Moda says, cool, a Woodscopes parody show. Don't forget Mock Moda. If we were doing a Woodscopes parody show, there would be no show on because he never broadcasts anymore.
If this was a Woodscopes parody show, Frank, we wouldn't have read that comment. So come on.
Totally inappropriate.
Goddamn shoes. Or he got blown off the toilet.
Goddamn shoes.
This is like the new flatulence joke. Balance.
Shit, I'm getting
Balance.
All right, my guess is in. What are you guys guessing? What happened to this bathroom? Bacon is guessing poop.
Here we are. It is the Waterhole with Rob Headstrom Bacon and Horse.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Ryan, thanks for letting me fill in. And yeah, it's good to be here. The tape.
Here's your some asshole with a goatee. Of course, you're gonna see it with the audience. Contents: one fucking shit fuck with a goatee. Seriously, just shave the shit off. This. You're gonna catch it on the delay, obviously. This is a live gooey duck clam. Watch this.
不准笑，喷水了。
So she's gonna dip it in some sauce. It's alive.
辣椒油
Live. We'll do it
辣椒
live.
面
She's putting whatever.
一样都不能少，不拼，老铁是不会给我双击的。
There it goes. And she's gonna bite into this thing. That's suggestive. It's the Waterhole, and that's not Rhino.
No, it's not Rhino.
That's Frank and Boise. He's like trading us up.
You know what? He was actually on the Outlaws and Potato. He was Rhino, the sports guy segment on my show. Like he did it twice and then fucking blew me off. He goes, you know what? There's better out there. He's doing the same thing to everybody.
He uses us up, gets to where he wants to go next, and then he tosses us aside like a used condom. So, the elephant in the room. No, not you. Not you. No. I longed to get rid of my huge boobs. I longed to get rid of my huge boobs until they paid off my family's 130 pounds debt. Amy Sophia, 27, felt uncomfortable with the looks she got from strangers for her larger chest and was desperately trying to raise cash for a breast reduction when she had a change of heart. With size 34 double H. You know what double H stands for? Haunted horse. 34 double H, right there. Haunted horse boobs. 34 double H boobs. She turned to OnlyFans for extra cash. But as she grew in popularity, Amy started to see her larger chest in a different light. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. You think? Holy crap, look at this. There's the pictures. Holy crap!
Hey guys. We are right in that prime position where we can get Horse to say anything, and it'll be a sound drop forever. Which way we want to go?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, he's losing his mind right now.
Oh my god.
He just
Grandpa!
lost his mind.
Grandpa! Idiot. Alright.
Hi, Jim.
Look at this. There he is. There's the man. There's the
I'm
man
not-
that invented the 12 by 12 challenge.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Audience on
I'm
our
gonna be
show.
the voice of. I'm gonna be the voice of God for this one here.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad
The
you
voice
did.
of God returns.
Sent mail inbox pending drafts. Wait, maybe I drafted one, didn't send it. No, all women. Katie, Kelly, Katie 2. So I had a Katie 1 and a Katie 2.
All right.
Melody. Yeah. I was quite the player when I had this phone. I'd be all, hey, baby. There was no iPhone yet, so you go, hey, baby, look at this. Woo! a flip phone. Look at me. Ho, ho, ho. I'm sorry. I'm out of here. Haunted Horse is a bald-ass dork who wants to have a show. Will anybody ever watch it? The answer is probably no. He thought up a really stupid name. He calls it the Waterhole, where everybody thinks he's lame. And they're always sad they came. You wanna be where you can't see. Haunted Horse act lame. You wanna be where everybody's sad they came. You wanna be where you can see. Haunted Horse act lame. You wanna be where everybody's sad they came. Hey, what is up? What is up? Peter started off with Happy Veterans Day. Jay, Darren, Haunted Horse. Also Burn Dog if he's here. Also Cindy if she's here. I always am terrified that I'm going to leave somebody out. And it's not on purpose. It's just I had someone reach out to me, no names, but they asked me if someone was a veteran. I said, you know what? I'm not sure if they are or aren't. So I'm not sure. So err on the side of caution. A history of Veterans Day from Darren. It was originally called Armistice Day. If I knew this, I forgot. I'm sure I knew this at one time. In celebration of those who made it home from World War I, the armistice was signed 11 minutes after the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month. Reagan later changed it to Veterans Day. Wow, Reagan did that? It's that new? I would have thought it went back further than that. That's interesting. Reagan was my commander-in-chief. I think he was yours as well, Darren. We're in near the same time. You were in earlier than me, I think. But Reagan was my commander-in-chief. And did I overlap into Bush? I always have to look that up because I remember Bush being up. I remember the pictures being changed out. But that might have been when I was trying to get back in, and I was going through all the medical. If you get out on a medical to try to get back in, they poke you in a lot of places that they didn't poke you when you got in the first time. Anywho, I had to get my heart. I don't think I've said this before. To get in the first time, I had to get a clearance. I have an irregular heartbeat, and that showed up in my physical, and I had to go through a bunch of extra tests for that. Cindy asked me if I got out from congestive heart failure. No, I did not. I got out because of bone fractures. What do they call them? Microfractures? Stress fractures. That's what they are. I got out because of those. I had them in both legs. My body could not deal with my 18 years of inactivity finally caught up with me. But no, the congestive heart failure showed up in my 30s. I was long out, long gone. But she asked me if that's... Bush was 88 to 92. So he would have showed up 88. He would have been elected in 88, but taken office in January 89, if I'm right? Oh, shit. When was Bush Sr. president? So, January 20th, 1989. So, yeah, he was elected in 88. I was out. So, I remember the pictures being changed when I was trying to get medical clearance to get back in. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. And I was going through medical. I had to go through a bunch of medical tests on Treasure Island in the Bay Area because I was living down there. Ew. I was trying to get back in when the Desert Shield was happening. And I was going to change my MOS. That's what I was trying to get. I was going to go from, this is when I wanted a career in law enforcement at one time. And I actually got accepted. Nobody cares. I know, nobody cares. But it is backstory. I think I might have said this. I got accepted to Santa Rita Sheriff's Department. I was going to get to go to training and everything else. And then Pete Wilson laid everybody off. He laid off 1,000 deputies across the state of California, and then everyone that was accepted to go in lost their slot. I lost my slot. That's what Terrence X says when she got the meth. Yes. So anyway, and I was trying to get back in for Desert Shield, and I had to go through a bunch of testing, and I went to Treasure Island, and they poked and prodded me, and yeah, good times. Speaking of Veterans Day, so I was looking for my DD-214. I want to make sure it was in the fire safe because I needed it about 6 months ago. And so I was looking for mine to make sure, and I found my dad's military records. This is thick. I'm not going to go through every piece of paper, but I've never looked through these. So I got these 10 years ago when he died, being the only son. And I just thought if there's anything in here that jumps out at me as interesting, but I've never looked at this. I did briefly scan it, and I found this. Check this out, Darren, and anyone else in the audience. He's got his DD-214 in here. It's in the good old official records thing. So his DD-214 is right here. But check this out. Look at this. So this, I looked in it because it said Travis Air Force Base, California, Morley Studios, photograph, please do not bend. I'm like, photograph? What the hell is this? This is a microfilm of his DD-214. I never got microfilm of my DD-214. And I'm assuming that none of us did. This must have been some shit that they did. He got out in 66. So, microfilm, DD-214. What the fuck is that? That's crazy. I'm trying not to hold it too close because I don't want to. I mean, he's dead. I don't know that you can do anything with the social. But that's his microfilm of his DD-214. What the hell's that about? You can just order another one. By the way, my dad, if you don't know, was a dental assistant in the Air Force. Where's Cindy? You're in the Air Force, Cindy. I'm not going to lie. When I was in the Army in Augusta, I had my wisdom teeth were coming in, and they fucked up my extraction bad. Like, it hurt. Like, I could feel them ripping it out. And then they were talking. They're like, the two dentists are over in the corner, and I could hear them. They were trying to keep it down, and like, is that the recalled lot of anesthetic? He goes, no, we got rid of all that. And he goes, are you sure? Because I gave him the maximum amount, and he's feeling it. He goes, well, we're not doing the other three. He goes, no. We used as much Novocaine as we did for all three on the one. Are you sure we threw that bad batch out? I'm like, that installs confidence. They gave me a bad batch of Novocaine that didn't work? The hell is that? So as you can imagine, I didn't want to get my wisdom teeth out until it was absolutely necessary. And then I did it, civilian dentist, and they knocked me out with, they put me under, which is the only way to do it. I'm just looking to see if there's anything interesting. I probably should have went through this before, but you know me, I don't like to look at anything, even the stories. God, there's a lot of. The military loves paper. I do know that. They love to chop down trees. I'll look at this later. What the fuck is this? Training data or remarks. Dental technician career field. Head and neck anatomy. Dental materials. This must be his, do the other military branches have AIT, or is that an Army thing? Do they have different designations? He's got, oh wow, he had to go through all this dental training, anatomy. Shit. You know what old paper smells like? It's got that musty, moldy, musty smell. That's what this smells like. It's all musty, like it got wet at one time. Oh, honorable discharge. Honorable discharge. The old man did not get booted out on a dissent honorable. When did he get out? October 1996. I was hoping there'd be something a little more interesting in here. I mean, I'm sure there is if I dig through it. Why does he have a classifieds from the newspaper? What the fuck is this? Classified ads from... Oh, January 30, 1991. That's not old. I was hoping it was like the 60s. Find out what... Anyway, sorry. I thought there would be something... I mean, it'll be interesting to me. But, anyway. I don't know what I was expecting to find in there. Let's see. My great uncle was stationed on board the USS Honolulu. There was a USS Honolulu during the attack of Pearl Harbor. What was the USS Honolulu? What ship was that? What ship was the USS Honolulu? Unless I'm reading that wrong. Honolulu. The USS Honolulu has been applied to several ships, most notably during World War II. That'll get it. USS Honolulu of the United States Navy was a Brooklyn-class light cruiser active in Pacific War, World War II. Honolulu was launched in 1937 and commissioned in 1938. She was the only cruiser to survive the Battle of Tassafaronga undamaged. So, my great-uncle was stationed on board the USS Honolulu during the attack on Pearl Harbor. A cousin shared this news at his wake. He asked what it was like. My uncle Rudy said, "It was loud," right? When the roar of men is so deafening you don't hear the shots, it's now getting fun. And fun means not fun. Speaking of Pearl Harbor, my second wife, my mother-in-law from my second marriage, was a little girl. I've told this story, but it's worth repeating. A little girl, like 6 years old, 5 or 6. And it was Sunday, obviously, when Pearl Harbor was bombed. And they were at the school just playing on the playground. There was no school. And it was a school, and it was on a ridge. And then across a valley was another ridge. So, and down below was all these pineapple orchards or whatever. So they were at the top of this ridge where there was their grade school, and they were playing on a Sunday, and they saw the Japanese Zeros flying into that valley. And they were at eye level to the ridge. They could actually see the pilots looking over at them playing. And they didn't know, what was about to happen. And minutes later, Pearl Harbor happened. She saw the planes. So three waves came in over the Pacific, and one wave came in over land through that valley, and she saw it. And that is an interesting thing to hear from somebody that saw the planes coming in. That is just like a first-person account is just crazy. She saw it happen. And that is crazy. Eric says, Happy Vets Day, kids. Correct. Happy Veterans Day to everybody who has worn a uniform. All right. So, interesting. And yeah, my last name's Hudnall. It's not very common. And there is a Hudnall on the Arizona Memorial. So anytime I see my last name, and there's also a Hudnall on the Vietnam Wall. I don't know that I'm related to anybody. Well, I'm probably related in some long extended way, but it's just weird to see. When I see my last name anywhere, it's rare. Like, whoa, there's my last name. Let's get into weird news. By the way, I can fire Zoom up if anyone wants to come on. Otherwise, you're dealing with me solo. New York Post. This is interesting. I need to get this up on the screen. By the way, I've got a nice fall background behind me. Fall colors, everybody. So I had to go down to Lebanon, Oregon, and Corvallis, home of the Beavers, today. And man, the fall colors are beautiful. It's on the other side of peak, just a little bit. They're still pretty close to peak. But we did get a windstorm last week, so a lot of the leaves got blown off. But it's beautiful out right now. So I'm like, I could do some fall colors with a campfire and a nice. What do you think that is? Would you call that a river or a stream? It's right in that in-between size. I'd say that's a river, a small river, but that's not a stream, right? I'd say that's a river? Or is that a stream? Is there a difference between, is it just size? Do streams dry up at certain times of the year? You know what? We got to go to our AI, find this out. I need to find out what the definition is.
Yep, back in action. What's on your mind today?
What is the difference between a stream and a river?
A stream is typically smaller, shallower, and flows more slowly than a river. Streams are often tributaries, feeding into rivers. Rivers are larger, can be wider and deeper, and generally have a stronger current.
So based on her definition, I think that's probably a river because it's moving pretty fast. Right? Right? But it's small, and it's not very deep. Small river. See, Eric says creek. Darren says small river. Creek is a good word. Stream, creek, river, small river. Make some s'mores, yo. All right, first story of the night. Art troll. Is that like a 49ers troll? An art troll? 49ers troll. There's a 49ers troll in the audience. I won't say who it is. I'll tell you what, when he's trolling me and the Niners lose, I'm not doing this. Getting ready to fucking go slash his tires if he didn't live so far away. Right? Slash his tires. Yeah, you'll be trolling when you have to go buy 4 new tires because you trolled me. Art troll sneaks AI-generated print onto museum wall where it hung unnoticed by hundreds of viewers. So, this is funny. Museum wall. Where's my buttons? They're way over here. Some AI they put this AI picture up on a museum wall, and nobody noticed it. Let me read the story. Just in case artificial intelligence wasn't encroaching upon enough human spaces of late, an art world troll sneakily displayed a piece of AI-generated art at a museum in the UK last month before bemused visitors. See if I can zoom in on that. There we go. before bemused visitors alerted employees to the artificially intelligent design. The digital print had been surreptitiously abominable. Someone couldn't pronounce abominable. Abominable today. Surreptitiously, I can't pronounce this. I don't know, but the word, it's got the word tit in the middle of it. Surreptitiously showcased at the National Museum Cardiff in Wales by secretive artist Elias Morrow, who said the work was viewed by a few hundred people before its removal. Rendered in the style of a historical oil painting, the machine-generated masterpiece depicted a young boy in a school uniform who was sitting down with a book under his arm and an empty plate on his lap. Morrow had reportedly sketched out the image before rendering it with AI and making prints. To complete the effect, Morrow hung a plaque besides the magnum faux pas, fake pose, identifying it as empty plate. Oh, right there. Empty plate. By said author, along with listing the medium and lender artnet.com reported. It read, digital print on paper, custom made frame, limited edition signed, on loan from artist 2025. The gorilla artwork was reportedly displayed in the museum's contemporary art gallery for several hours before sharp-eyed visitors caught wise to the con and brought it to the attention of staff. One tourist from Ireland said they initially wondered why such a poor quality AI piece was hanging there without being labeled as AI. That is a horrible Irish accent. Jeez, when am I ever going to have this plugged in right? I'm always charging it, and I forget to do that. Jeez.
You racist piece of shit.
And then, of course, Samsung's got to turn down the volume because you might go deaf. God.
You racist piece of shit.
But when the guest approached the staff, they said they had no idea about the piece or when it arrived. Would you like to get some Lucky Charms?
You racist piece of shit.
Quote, an item was placed without permission on a gallery wall, unquote, a museum spokesman said. Quote, we were alerted to this and have removed the item in question. Nonetheless, the undercover exhibition proved a triumph for Morrow, who said that guests responded well and even took photos. The provocateur seemingly channeled fellow prankster and gold toilet mastermind Maurizio Catalan said the goal of the cybernetic knockoff was to illustrate, quote, how public institutions decide what's worth showing and what happens when something outside that system appears within it. Morrow said the use of AI in the artwork represented the, quote, natural evolution of artistic tools, unquote, declaring AI is here to stay. To gatekeep its capability would be against the beliefs I hold dear about art. You sound like you're a little weird. In July, the artist placed unsanctioned works at 2 UK museums, including a painted brick in Tate Modern's Turbine Hall in London and placard at the Bristol Museum and Art Gallery. Despite not getting the green light for his displays, Morrow claims that his, quote, work isn't about disruption, but about participation without permission. There you go. You know what? I wouldn't have figured it out. I don't know. Listen, I know what art I like. Haunted Horse will be auctioning a pirated picture of empty plate in his auction for Haunted Horse coins. Hey, that's a good idea. Do I still have... Where's that picture I drew? Somewhere. Get it auctioned off. George Straight Ticks. Niners troll, here I am, right. That's you. dude. Darren's here tomorrow. Or I should say 49ers troll. 49ers troll / fake hunter is here tomorrow. You know what? When you troll me on the 49ers, you're going to get the fake hunter tag. I nicely removed that. But if you're going to troll me, you're going to be fake hunter again. You're going to get the fake hunter. All right, hold on. There. And oops, I got to do it this way. I forgot. Was that worth it? To troll me on Sunday? Was it? Was it, fake hunter? I'm not. Listen, folks. Fake 49er troll. No, he's a real 49er troll. I get angry, and it's not funny angry. I get legitimately angry when my team loses. It's dangerous. You don't want to mess with me.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Right. So, I start turning green, and I start smash! Horse smash! 49ers lose! So if you troll me, you are going to get blocked. Your tires are going to get slashed. Something bad's going to happen to you. I'm going to call you at 2 a.m.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Do not do it. Do not do it. That's awesome. Love you, horse. Yes, it's totally worth it. I don't like you trolling me because I'm already mad. That's why I don't give people my phone number. Angry. 49ers injured. Not their fault. Okay, next story. Influencer. I like influencer because, first of all, it's a legitimate label. I don't even think it's a bad label, but people that are influencers hate being called influencers. Why? Is it offensive? Is it really? Anyway, this story, New York Post. Influencer slammed for partying with infectious illness. Literally very contagious. This story is published today, November 11th. I'm going to read that again. The Hulk voice makes my throat hurt. Throat hurt. Influencer slammed for partying with infectious illness. Literally very, very contagious, all in caps. All right, what is it? The herp? Bacon was here. I'd hear myself saying, I have herpes. Yes.
Surprise, motherfucker.
What else is contagious? Measles? Happy Veterinarians Day. Oh, that's not today. Veterans. Hey, when I was little, I thought veterans were veterinarians. And my dad was a veteran. So I thought, like, he could fix our sick animals. You know, when I was like 6, 5, 6, you get those words mixed up. Especially since they both have the same short version, vet. So I thought, Dad's a vet. Fix the cat. The cat's sick. Why do we have to take it to a different vet? A popular influencer has come under fire. That influencer's on fire. That influencer's on fire.
What an idiot!
Oh, what a loser!
You know what my favorite part about this drop is he kicks me in the head.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
UK content creator Madeline White.
You racist piece of shit.
Madeline White.
You racist piece of shit.
Headed to a rave in Orlando, Florida with, drumroll, pink eye. Pink eye. Better known as conjunctivitis in Australia. On Saturday, White,
you racist piece of shit,
posted a Get Ready With Me video on her TikTok, showing her 5.1 million followers how she was going to do her makeup for her 30th birthday night out. Her eyes are clearly red and puffy. And she quickly admits she had conjunctivitis, but was still planning to go to the concert with like 100,000 other people. That's pretty selfish. Oh, shit, we got a picture of her getting ready with her pink eye. Get that ad off my screen. So she's got pink eye, highly contagious, and she's going to go hang out with people because it's my 30th birthday. Why would I stay home? Why not just give everyone pink eye? I like how she's also using pink makeup. Is that going to distract from the pink eye? By using pink makeup so it makes your whole eye look pink? Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Hooking up cars and making them run right. Conjunctivitis, that's hard to say, is a highly contagious condition where the clear membrane covering the white part of the eye becomes inflamed, leading to redness, itchiness, and sometimes a sticky discharge. Hey, oh, wrong one. Sticky discharge. It's caused by infections, either viral or bacterial, and can be transmitted through close personal contact with airborne droplets or via infected surfaces or objects. Despite this, White,
you racist piece of shit,
seemed unbothered and was determined not to let it ruin her birthday celebrations. Well, of course she's unbothered. She's already got it. She's just going to be a super spreader. Quote, I'm just going to cover it up with sparkles and a pair of sunglasses and call it a goddamn day, unquote, she told viewers in the clip. She claimed that she caught the condition from her husband, Andrew Fedyk, who, quote, gave it to himself, unquote, using cheap green makeup for his Halloween costume. I thought you got pink eye from farting on your pillow. At least that's what our pre-show countdown says. Quote, I really didn't know that it was contagious, unquote, she said. I thought he got it from makeup. I didn't know that I could get it. I was definitely nowhere near as cautious as I should have been with him. And then she wanted to spread it to everyone else. She continues doing her makeup, adding blush to even out the redness, and discussing which makeup brushes and products she'll toss after using, even if they were brand new. In a follow-up clip, she showed off her final look saying, I'm 30. I'm flirty and I'm contagious. I'm a man. I'm 40. Okay, so why can't we hear it? It's muted, that's why.
My party is a rave with like 100,000 other people. We're going to EDC for the first time in my life. I'm just going to cover it up with sparkles and a pair of sunglasses. Let's call it a goddamn day. I'm going to be...
And there she is. Pink eye gets... Anyway. In the comment sections, dozens of people criticized White.
You racist piece of shit.
For her selfish decision to attend a rave with pink eye, explaining that's highly contagious, and she risks spreading it to potentially thousands of others at the event. Quote, "Girl, pink eye is literally very contagious. The doctors will give you days off because of this," one person wrote. We had someone at work about 4 or 5 years ago show up with pink eye, and they sent her home. It's like, don't give it to everybody else. Quote, "This is very contagious for you to be out of the house and around a bunch of people," said another. "Hey, I really love you, Mads, but this is not okay," a third fan wrote. She replied to some comments saying, quote, "In England, this is viewed as more minor than a common cold." Yeah, well, in Florida, get your stinky, buggy eye shit away from people. This is my first time hearing in my life you're expected to stay home with conjunctivitis. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Hooking up cars and making... You know what? The Conjunction Junction cartoon, it's getting dark out there. I liked when the guy kept eating the wieners and he got really fat and he pushed the other guy off the log because he was growing really fat. Hold on. That was my favorite part of the whole video. Even as a young person, 5 years old, I thought someone getting fat was funny. I'm just saying.
Fat?
Just saying. Conjunction. There it is. This is probably trademarked.
Conjunction, junction.
You're welcome for the earworm.
Function.
Oh, shit. Not only is there fat people in this one, but bums. No wonder I loved this as a kid. No wonder I like the jungle. Look, they got bums.
I'm running right, milk and honey, bread and butter, peas and rice.
Hey, that's nice.
Dirty but happy, digging and scratching, losing your shoe and a button or two. He's poor but on. Eat this or that, to grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Working up.
Hey, that's clever.
Eat this or that, to grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Hey, that's clever.
Eat this or that, to grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction, junction, what's
I love
your...
that line. Never mind that, I'm fat enough now. That's great. That's good shit. You know what cartoons? Fat bums, that's called booty. You know what? We had better cartoons as kids. There's no political correctness with that. You're a bum and you're a fat bum. And we're going to use your fat bum ass to teach kids about conjunctions and how they function. Fat bums. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. He eats so much that he pushes the other bum off the
Eat
log.
this or that, to grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
That's good stuff. Marine Corps' birthday is over. It only took 5 bung rips and a shot of scotch. Damn you, Jay. I was wishing the Marines a happy birthday yesterday, and you weren't here to see it. Bacon was on the show, too. We were wishing you, the Marines, a happy birthday, and you were not here to hear it. You are here to hear Happy Veterans Day, Jay. You're here to hear that. With my invisible cup. And then I know why you tuned in, because you know I was going to talk about fat bums. All right, so conjunctivitis is not related to the fat bum song. A day later, she uploaded a TikTok that she since deleted, laughing alongside the caption. Today, I learned conjunctivitis pink eye is treated very differently in the U.S. and UK. Back in my day, I didn't even get a day off of school for this, she added. Fellow Brits backed her up. Oh, we're going to go to war? Britain and U.S. over whether you should stay home when you have pink eye, if you have pink eye? Conjunction, junction. All right, I'm already done with this story. She probably gave a bunch of people pink eye. B. What time is it? 5:41 already. Damn, it's going fast. New York Post. YYC would too. All right. Yeah, I know. I was busy tying one on. Darren, my brother. Fat bum ass. Redundant. Where's your funyuns? Fat bums. I had pink guy once, Mike Brady. I saw you had a Elton John one up there. I showed up to a party once with pink guy, signed Elton John. A pink guy? Pink guy. If you have kids, you've had pink eye. Really? Kids spread that shit? I know kids spread lots of germs. Let's see. These are the 5 most deadly TikTok challenges, including one that's killed over 100 people. The internet is a wonderful thing, and sometimes it's a stupid thing. A stupid thing. Let's try to figure this out like we did yesterday with the top ER visits at Thanksgiving. These are the 5 most deadly TikTok challenges, including one that's killed over 100 people. Okay, so Tide Pod Challenge has to be here, right? Tide Pod Challenge. What about Milk Crate Challenge? People falling, crack. I mean, I saw some Milk Crate challenges where people like fell on concrete or asphalt, like on their head. So Tide Pod. Let's see, what are the other ones? Oh, the choking game. Was that a TikTok challenge? Or was that just the choking game? Where you choke somebody until they pass out? That had to have killed some people. Tide Pod Challenge. What else are we... Let's see. What other TikTok... There's been a bunch. There's another one that involves eating something you're not supposed to eat. I can't remember what it is. All right, well, I said all right again. Damn it, I don't notice it unless you're pointing it out, Bacon. TikTok has long been seen as a breeding ground for dumb stunts. Dumb.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Anyone that does a Tide Pod Challenge...
This guy is fucking stupid!
I mean, they say it's like Darwin, right? You're just weeding out some of the stupid. TikTok has long been seen as a breeding ground for dumb stunts. But some challenges are truly... Oh, remember that stupid idiot that came up with the 12 by 12 challenge? Eating 12 tacos and drinking 12 beers? Oh, shit, that's our friend. Never mind. Hope he's not here to hear me backstabbing him. But some challenges are truly hazardous to one's health. A recent survey found that the blackout challenge is the deadliest of all, killing over 100 people to date. That's got to be the choking game. 100 people have died because of the blackout challenge. The somber study was conducted by the California-based personal injury firm Omega Law Group, which set out to determine how young people are adversely affected by social media use. An analysis of the January 2025 data report, that's got to be data report? Typo? Study. Data found that 39% of Instagram users and 32% of TikTok users were between the ages of 13 and 24. This is problematic, given that teens' prefrontal cortexes are not fully developed, making them more susceptible to peer pressure and suggestion. The whole gist of the dangerous challenges that proliferate on social media. I did some stupid shit when my prefrontal cortex was not fully developed. Some of it slightly dangerous, maybe a little more than that. I mean, we used to run across railroad tracks that went over like a high area, like you could fall. But, I mean, yeah, anyway. Social media challenge videos often encourage users to mimic trending stunts they've seen online and then share their version for public attention. First of all, who comes up with these things and why can't they be held liable? Whoever came up with the Tide Pod Challenge and people that posted videos about it, how are they not in jail? The team explained in the report, yet many stunts are much more dangerous than the relatively well-known Ice Bucket Challenge, with some such as the following examples crossing into seriously risky and sometimes life-threatening territory. Popular among 10 to 14-year-olds, this sinister challenge involves depriving oneself, this is the blackout challenge, depriving oneself of oxygen in a bid to attain a euphoric state of mind. Omega Law dubbed the stunt extremely dangerous, resulting in complications ranging from bloodshot eyes to brain damage and death. So far, a staggering 100 people have died as a result of partaking in the harebrained pursuit, according to the law firm. One of the most recent victims was a 12-year-old boy. I mean, this is depressing. I am glad I don't have kids. I am glad I don't have children, folks, because I don't know how you do it. I would be worried. And then, like they said, peer pressure. I would, anytime one of these came out, I would be freaking out. Like, well, the trick is to find out and talk to your kids before something happens. Tide Pod Challenge. While TikTok is known for harebrained eating, few compare to the Tide Pod Challenge, in which thrill seekers chomp laundry detergent capsules for social media clout. The challenge, which is also popular among tweens and early teens, can cause a range of symptoms, including chemical burns. Harebrained is harebrained is a good, that's a good word. Chemical burns, seizures, breathing difficulties, and poisoning. The latter complication accounted for over 71% of the cases. Between 2016 and 2020, study data confirmed 35,000 emergency room visits, after which hospitalization was required in 12.5% of the cases for under 18 Tide Pod Challenge participants, Omega Law wrote. I remember this being so viral that they started locking this shit up. You had to go find a clerk to unlock the Tide Pods because kids were getting them and eating them. Tide Pod consumption has become so prevalent in New York, lawmakers introduced a bill in 2018 to ban the production and sale of candy-esque liquid detergent packets to deter teens and kids from eating them. That had nothing to do with it. They knew it was detergent. They didn't think it was candy. Oh, this looks like candy. I'm going to eat it. No, they knew what it was. If you had the Tide Liquid Drinking Challenge, they would have drank it. Lawmakers are usually pretty stupid. I think lawmakers ate some Tide Pods. That's not the problem. It's not the Tide Pods. It's the spreading of the misinformation. The Milk Crate Challenge. See, I got this one right. First gaining traction in 2021. Milk Crate Challenge seems basic enough. Traverse a precarious pyramid of milk crates as if ascending a collapsible Mount Kilimanjaro. However, like supersized Jenga, this idiotic practice has resulted in some epic spills, accounting for 8,107 emergency room treated injuries during 2020 to 2021. Common injuries sustained during this ridiculous pastime, which is the most popular among 15 to 18-year-olds, include concussions, broken bones, and even paralysis in some cases. In the majority of cases, injuries are caused by falling off the crates. 30% 32%. Hitting the crates without falling, 23%, or tripping over the crates, 12%. The fire challenge. The fire challenge. Yeah, David Carradine did die from, what do they call that? Something erotic, asphyxiation. Yeah. The fire challenge. I haven't heard of this one. This challenge is lit, hey-o, and not in the good way. Popular among 10 to 14-year-olds, the fire challenge involves blasting one's body with small amounts of rubbing alcohol or hand sanitizer and then setting oneself alight before extinguishing the blaze with water right after. Go figure. This click-based self-immolation can result in injuries ranging from burns to infections and even death. Oh, I'm going to put rubbing alcohol over me and then light it on fire. That's really smart. God. The people putting this online should be held accountable. Anyway, the Benadryl challenge. I do remember this one. This insidious stunt involves taking between 12 and 14 Benadryl tablets, 6 times the recommended dose, to induce hallucinations, and then filming the reactions. Unfortunately, mainlighting this antihistamine can cause complications, seizures, heart problems, coma, and even death. I forgot about that. Yeah, the Benadryl challenge. And as horrifying as these 5 are, there's going to be a new one next year, two new ones next year. Why don't the people promoting this stuff end up in jail? Then you would deter it. It's ridiculous. It's getting dark. Good thing I have this nice warm fire. Very nice. Very nice. Darren had a nice, much sweeter deal with that tent and the wood stove inside his tent. We don't have time for these two. Tomorrow. Women say this trendy drink is making their hair fall out. Here's why. That's what we're not going to have time for. Gen Z deems, this one's really interesting. I want to talk about this. Gen Z, it's one of those generation things. But the concept is interesting because Gen Z deems cash as cringe in new study, saying people who still use it are out of touch. I saw this headline. I'm like, another generational bashing other generations or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Last time I had used cash had to be like 3-4 months ago. And it slowly started. It just happened. I use plastic now everywhere. I don't carry cash anymore. And it wasn't even a conscious decision. I just started using plastic. I think the rewards did it. I get 3% back on my Capital One Saver card at the grocery store, and then 1% everywhere else. So I just started using it, and then it's like, wow, I haven't used cash in months. And that's like, I used it once. Like, probably bought a soda or something. Does anyone else? We'll talk about this tomorrow. But I don't use cash anymore. I don't even carry cash anymore. What do you use cash for? Who needs cash? Did Darren pitch a tent live on his show? A fake tent. That's funny. Stupid enough to eat Thai, Darwin's theory. Hey, Darren, have you had dinner yet? I want to know how those taste. He's barbecuing pork chops. Sounds delicious. It's getting dark. Ooh. Was the OG throwing dongas at WNBA games? Tomorrow, all new show. Darren is here. Darren is here tomorrow, so I might as well even get it ready. And of course, because he trolled me, he's the fake hunter again. I was being kind. Racist?
You racist piece of shit.
What's racist? What did I say that was racist? Darren's here tomorrow? Yeah, we'll talk about not using cash anymore. You know who uses cash still? Bums. Because when you turn in your soda cans, they don't give you a credit card. They give you cash. I'm flying home tomorrow. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Oh, wait. No. This one's better. Bacon is flying home tomorrow. He's been on vacation for... Let me guess the days. And I'm going to count tomorrow as a vacation day. So let me guess the days. I know of... Let's see. 26 days? You've been on vacation 26 when tomorrow happens? 26, 27? That's a long fucking ass vacation. 26. I'm going to guess 26. Love you too, Darren. I paid a parking ticket in pennies and nickels. I think you said that. I think I remember you saying that. How many days have you been on vacation? Did I say 26? I think I guessed 26. 32? Why didn't you stay 2 more days on vacation? Idiot. Then you could have been on vacation 34. How can you go 32 and not go 34? Come on, bro. Yeah. Eric knows.
This guy is fucking stupid.
2 more days. Jeez.
I'm not a smart man.
He could have had a vacation that was 34 and he wimped out 2 days early.
He's full of shit.
All right, back tomorrow. Darren's here. I'm going to film a commercial. And wait, one more time before we go. It's like the best.
Or that, the growth in or fat, never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
I'm fat enough now. I'm fat enough now.
Fat.
All right, back tomorrow. I said all right again. I know it. Back tomorrow. Darren's here. That dude. And thanks for showing up, everyone. Did Cindy show up? Where's our other... You know what? It's Veterans Day, even if Cindy's not here. So she gets this.
Hi, Cindy. Oh, you. It's so good to see you again.
Hi, Cindy. Happy Veterans Day.
Hi, Cindy.
Happy Veterans Day to you. All right, everyone. See you later. Back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific. Out!
Someone isn't gonna like that.
Your move, creep.
What a bummer.